Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Unknown 9 Awakening, and we are on the airship again, and this is gonna be nice, I think.
I don't know what went on between you and Vincent. I think you might have ticked him off enough that he's willing to blow his pride.
I got one!
Good job.
Need to do something about
There goes another.
Turning out to be a real maestro with that thing.
them flyers.
That can't be good.
Bastard scratching up the paint. Oh, you're something to see.
That could mean a lot of things.
Cousins back home.
And yes, it could go better.
Come on now, Haroona, keep it up. We're gonna break through.
I've got this.
Die already.
Too close.
Don't lose focus, Haroona. You're all right until you ain't. One almost got through. Almost.
Yeah, there's one more. I mean, it's a bit on fire, the airship, right? But I think it's going well.
One less to worry about.
That was, by the way, good for us.
Last one.
Yes. Right? Yep, okay. Took the game a bit to release us, but good, nice.
That was a close call.
Makes you think twice about dropping into a bag of volatile gas.
I need a drink. Oh. Vincent can be a generous soul. Keeps his people content, cozy. But he's a selfish creature. If I know anything, there's a reserve stock with his name on it. 1868. Vincent, you bastard. Close calls.
Where is Reka?
She was being held at an old society station in Sintra, Portugal. Vincent runs it now.
She was being held? I thought you knew where she was.
Look, the people we're up against, they're driven. They have endless resources. This is an evolving plan. I might not know exactly where Reka is, but I can pick up her trail in Sintra.
What exactly does Vincent want with her?
You ever been in the fold?
Peak, but I've never actually dived.
Vincent found something down there. Call it session.
What is that?
Bad medicine. Presence. Trapped in the vault. I've never seen it myself, but I've seen what it does. I've seen strong Quaestor's minds snap. I've seen him die. Shades blown to stardust. But it woke something inside Vincent. He's obsessed with unleashing that thing. Trouble is, he can't quite reach it. He's a good diver.
But not as good as Reka.
Bingo.
According to this ledger, the Ascendants have been moving a lot of machinery out of Sintra.
I know where this is going. Now, our plan was to pick up Reka's trail, not tour Matos's toy shop.
Find Reka, yes. But keep an eye out for any blueprints or schematics. It may help us piece together exactly what the Ascendants are up to.
Just to be clear, I'm only in this for Reka. I'll grab your blueprints if I chance upon them. But I'm not joining any cause.
In case you hadn't noticed, we aren't in a position to make any demands. We'll take all the help we can get.
Yeah, alright.
Haroona, I'm about to have a look in Vincent's office, and I'd like a research buddy. It's behind the bar, in case you decide to join me. It should be interesting.
Yeah, will do.
Haroona, wondered when you stopped by. You look like a woman with questions. And you're in luck, kiddo. I might just have some answers.
Thank you, George. I gather you and Luther are old friends.
Partners in crime for longer than I care to remember. Opposite sides of the same old coin.
Funny, you strike me like you don't have a care in the world. As for Luther, I know he puts on an air of levity, but there's a deep sadness to him, like lingering smoke.
Now hold up there. I'm not in the habit of spilling another man's beans, and definitely not based on you sensing smoke, no matter how much I want to help you. Maybe there's another reason for what you're sensing.
Well, I don't know when he last washed that coat, but...
I don't either, but here's hoping he's caught in the rain sometime soon, eh? Luther, if not for that man, I'd be dead a dozen times over. That darkness. It might be the only way he keeps the pain in check. Pain like Luther's got. It'll never go away. So he uses it. It's what drives him to help people when he can, and fight those who'd unleash suffering on the world. It's why he'll never have a more loyal friend, or determined enemy. Or sometimes, both at once. Remind me to tell you the story of how he and I met sometime.
Yeah. Does I remind you?
That story then.
Sure. How's that one go again? Right. This was back in 73? No, 74. Eventually, they called that particular bloodbath the Red River War. At the time, we just called it hell. I was on the Union side. The Indians, well, they had Luther.
Indian? I thought this was... right. You're saying Luther fought American soldiers.
It was a different army, and he was different then too. The people that raised him were fighting to their last stand against enemies who would never stop coming, it turned out. I was part of the 9th Cavalry. We'd taken losses, they'd taken losses, the whole thing turned into chaos. Leastways, it sure seemed that way. Especially when I got separated from my regiment. I'd only just realized I was cut off when a stray shot, whose I couldn't say, they had long rifles themselves, went straight through my horse's neck. Next thing I know, I'm waking up next to a dead horse and a bloody tree stump with a bloody knot on my forehead. Don't know how long I was out, but the battle had moved on. I'd just gotten to my feet, had to make sure I could, when Luther found me. He'd been scouting our flank and his own horse threw him and a cannon spooked her. My rifle was under a ton of dead horse, but I managed to draw down on him just as his pistol cleared the holster. So we stood there, two bloody, muddy fools on a cold battlefield, moments away from ending each other's stories for good. Don't worry, a bunny rabbit stopped us, but that's a longer story.
Haroona, meet me at the
Yeah, will do.
Into Vincent's office, and I'm not going without you. Feels rude somehow.
It couldn't have been pleasant, finding out about Reika like you did.
Reika's really been alive? All this time? I've been sleepwalking through the past 4 years for no reason.
Reason's got nothing to do with grief. Sometimes sleepwalking is the only way you can get anywhere. You couldn't have known.
What do you know? You weren't there when it happened. You didn't see her.
No. But you did. And I don't envy you the experience. But tell me, you ever wonder which would be worse? Seeing it happen? Or missing it entirely?
What are we discussing here, Luther?
You know me. You're flapping my gums. What I mean to say is, I'm sorry it was such a shock. And I'm gonna help you however I can. So, how was visiting the old stomping grounds?
Like a hug and a cut from a knife at the same time.
Places are a bit like people that way. They hold on to bits of us just like we hold on to bits of them. Makes frequent travel sound a lot more appealing.
Yes, if I never stayed in one place long, I'd get to keep all my bits.
Don't take it from me. It's more the opposite. Any bits you don't get to keep get replaced by what you pick up along the way. Why do you think I'm at home wherever I am? I carry the places and people I've visited everywhere I go. All their bits.
Okay, we could lose ourselves probably in the conversation here. We have one more check, by the way. The door, which was closed in the last episode. That is something I would like to try to open.
So, the mysterious Quaestor finally decides to pay a visit to the ship's engineer. I'm Mara. I take
This one's locked.
Listen, Haroona. Seeing Vincent and everyone, that was the first time since the divide I'd been that close to him. I'm not saying I want to be particular friends, just...
I understand. He scares you too, doesn't he?
Of course he scares me. And he should scare you too, more than he does. The day of the divide. I was only 12. But I'll never forget what his face looked like when he...
It's all right, Mara. I was there. For some of it, at least. I remember what happened to Reika. And how Vincent...
No, not that. Not that. Later, when he demanded my mother join him, join the Ascendants, it wasn't even anger. When he realized she couldn't be convinced, it was like we weren't even people to him anymore. I looked up at him, and no kindness, no compassion, no humanity. All he cared about was the fold and whatever he found in there. I hope he gets lost there and never comes out.
Okay. Alright, guys, we are gonna make our way. Yeah, I didn't expect, by the way, that there would be that many conversations. By the way, let's actually go to the bar, even though we... Oh, that's the wrong direction. Let's at least open up the door behind the bar and see how or what is looking around there. Right. That door, right? Hello. Camera doesn't turn, nice.
Bukra?
That's right.
May I?
And that she can't do with the door upstairs.
Bloody hell.
Vincent's not much for understatement. What you did back at the temple? What was that?
It's difficult to describe. It's like seeing events before they actually happen, and then making them real.
I've never seen anything like it. You have unique Umbric abilities. A real Quaestor.
You're a Quaestor.
I'm a student of secrets, but I will never see the fold. It's a limitation. You touch the fold. Feel it. My mother would call you Nganga. The healer who communes with the other world. Like magic, I suppose.
I don't feel very magical.
Precisely. It's natural to you. Cogs and sprockets, books and diagrams. That is where I live.
Okay, then we will investigate here in the next wonderful episode, you guys. For now, you know it. I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed today's episode, then please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe. And hopefully I see you in the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay frosty. Bye.